Good evening. Good evening. Happy Monday to everyone. I see people here, but I want to make sure because it says that I'm live, but I want to make sure that we are indeed live. Oh, there you go. I see a thumbs up. And when you come in, please just let me know where you're viewing from. And if you don't mind, please like, share, and subscribe. Those thumbs up. Um, hey, Jonathan. The likes, shares, and the thumbs up. YouTube absolutely love when they see that stuff. So if you would, when you come in, let me know where you are viewing from. And let me know if you're a first timer or something like that. If this is your first time viewing my channel, thank you for coming. Hey, Herbie. Good to see you. Today, we are going to work on some beginner stuff. If you're a beginner guitar player, this is the place for you today. We are going to do some stuff. I'm going to share some information for beginner guitar players, stuff that you really will need to play gospel music, things that's important. And sometimes it's skipped over, but I wanted to kind of touch on it because I get a lot of questions. I get a lot of emails about different things when it comes to playing gospel guitar, where to get started, how to approach different things. So we're going to touch on the basics of playing gospel music. I think Herbie, I've seen an email from you wanting some information on how to get started or work on different things. Well, today is the day that we are going to touch on things a beginner guitar player, a beginner guitarist, gospel guitarist, I'm tongue-tied today, gospel guitarists should know about playing gospel music. Hey, Mike, good to see you. Happy Monday to you. Mike, you never miss. Normally, you're the first one that chimes in, but I'm glad to have you on. Hey, hey, how you doing? Dallas is here. Okay, Lawton, yes. Stan, whoa, Stan. What's up, Stanley? Good to see you, man. I've tell you something real quick about Stanley. I got some cables from Stanley, some quarter-inch cables from Stan. I don't know how long it's been, Stan. Probably over 10 years ago. How long has it been since I got those cables? But I got like 4 or 6 keys. I think he sent me like 6 cables. And let me tell you something. They had never failed me. I still use them to this day. And the only problem with Stanley's cables were they were too good. They wasn't failing. They would never fail. So people didn't have to get other ones. Yeah, about 10 years ago. And I still use those cables. If you look at me when I play live, especially at church, you'll see them there. Hey, Houston's in the house. Good to see you. Yeah, what we're going to touch on today is some stuff. So if you're not a beginner, or if this is just maybe a refresher for you, but I'm going to touch on stuff that you need to know when, hey, Marvin, when playing gospel guitar. A lot of times we kind of glass over, and I see clips on YouTube and different ones, and what they do is they assume that every guitar player understands different things. Hey, Travis, good to see you. You understand different things, and what I want to do today is I'm going to answer some of your questions, but I'm going to also go over some things. So it may be pretty boring to you advanced guitar players, but if you're a beginner, hey, what's going on in the UK, Jazzy? If you're a beginner guitar player and you really want to learn about playing gospel music, then this is the place to be. What you need to understand, hey, Lady J, good to see you. The command center, yes. If you follow me on Instagram or Facebook, you seen I talked about Lady J yesterday in one of my posts. She's one of my private students, and she's doing a phenomenal job. And like I said in the post, The people that really dig in and really, I mean, really take this seriously, they're able to excel. And she is one of my students that I'm really, really proud of, her and a few others that I mentioned. Hey, Terry, good to see you. So let's talk about gospel guitar, playing gospel guitar, especially if you're playing in a church setting. Okay. Hey Warren, good to see you. My particular situation at the church that I play at, you're welcome, Lady J, is I play with a keyboard player. I have a organist play a B3 organ, a drummer, bass player, two horns, a sax, and a trumpet. And I play guitar. And gospel music could be extremely, extremely complicated. It can be extremely complicated. Kwame, good to see you. It can be really complicated. It can be confusing, almost intimidating. You know, it really is. Yeah, it is. O'Connor. Hey, Kev. Belgium. Woo! We are in Belgium. I love it. Gospel music could be really complicated, could be intimidating. If you're not really sure what's going on, or if you don't know what to listen for or how to approach it. But what you have to do is first grasp the basics, okay? You need to learn the very basics, and this is what I'm going to cover today. So some of you advanced players, you may not want to stay, or you may want to stay and maybe a refresher to you. So I'm going to break it all the way down so we will understand, or you would understand, for the beginner guitar player, what you need to understand when you start to play gospel music, gospel style guitar. Because no one starts out ripping up and down the fretboard, okay? Nobody does that. You see the results of a lot of work, a lot of studying, a lot of time, a lot of sacrifice. But in the beginning, we're all the same. We start at the same level. Hey, Kyle, good to see you. South Carolina, good to see you. All right, Tampa. I hope all is well there in Tampa, Guitar Hero. Praying for all the people in Florida and all the people that was in line of this, the Hurricane Ian. We had some here, power went out here. We had some heavy winds and stuff. I was supposed to go out this weekend, wasn't able to make it out. But I'm praying for all you guys, and I hope everybody's safe and all your families are safe. All right, let's talk about the basics. The first thing you want to know, very first thing you want to know is you want to know what your strings are. Okay, what's the name of your strings? Okay, and this stuff is going to tie in later. You need to so stay with me because it's going to tie in later. So you want to know the name of your strings, okay? Starting with your sixth string, and when you look at your guitar, and I'm going to change the fret view. When you look at your guitar and you start to count your strings, you start from the bottom up. So the bottom string, this one here, that would be your E, your high E, okay? The second one, the second string would be B, okay? Your third string would be G, okay? Fourth string is D, okay? Second string, your fifth string is A, fifth string is A, and then you have another E, what we call the low E, okay? So we have first string E, second string B, third string G, fourth string D, fifth string A, and then you have your low E. Now you have E here and E here. So those are called octaves, okay? When you have the same note that's named the same, E and E, that's called the octave, okay? So we have octaves here. Okay, learn that. It's important to know your strings, okay? Now, the next thing you want to know is you want to know the notes on your fretboard, okay? You want to know what each of these notes are, okay? Let's start with the open E, okay? That's the 6th string, open, the low E, okay? That's E. Now, if you put your finger on the 1st fret, okay, on the 6th string, you have F. The next fret, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp or B flat, B, C, C sharp or D flat, D, D sharp or E flat, and E. There you go, okay? So we'll start again. Open string is E. 1st fret on the 6th string, I should say, or the 1st string is the same thing. Okay, you have your F. Next fret, F sharp, G, G sharp or A flat, A sharp or B flat, B, C, C sharp, D, D sharp or E flat, and E, where we start all over again. That's the octave, okay? Why is that important? Because when you're in church and, hey, Mr. Brown, when you're in church and someone say, okay, we're going to do this song in G, okay? So if they say we want to do this song in G, you want to know where your G is. So learning your notes on your fretboard, on your strings, you know, okay, the first is open E, F, F sharp, and then you have G. So we know if they say the song is in G, we know that we will start on this note right here. And what they call that is they call it the root note or the 1, okay? The root note or the 1, okay? So when they say, all right, let's do Amazing Grace in the key of G. So we know that the 1, the root is going to be G. Okay? All right? So now we know how to find our root notes if we go up and down the fretboard, right? So study that. Study that. It's important that you know that. Okay? I'm going to do it once again. Open string, 6th string. Open is E. 1st fret is F. 2nd fret, F sharp. 3rd fret is G. 4th fret is G sharp or A flat. A sharp or B flat. B, C, C sharp, D, D sharp or E flat, and back to your E, okay? So that's telling you from 0 to here, 12, because from here to here is 12. And when you see most guitars, this particular guitar has birds. But if you look at the top of this guitar, it has dots. I'm not sure if you can see it. And at the double dot, that tells you that you are at your 12th fret. That means you have made it to that 12th fret. And if you look at this and we go through the strings on the 12th fret, everything starts all over again. That's the E, right? That's still the E. If I play that open A and go to the 12th fret, we still have A because it starts all over again. Same thing for D. 12th fret starts all over again. On the G string, it starts all over again. On the B string, it starts all over again. See? And the same holds true if we would start on the 1st fret, right? On the F. And if we went 12 spaces from the F, which is actually, we could go to the 13th fret. See, we still have that F. So I'll do chromatically. And chromatically means playing every note going up the fretboard. So if I play chromatic, you'll hear every note. See, that's the F. We just started on the 1st fret. We're going to next string, next string. There you go. So we know that the 12th fret starts all over. If we play on the 1st fret, we go to the 13th fret and starts it all over again. Okay? Important to know your notes. Know what key that these songs are going to be played in. Because what they'll say is, besides the numbers, they're going to tell you first and foremost what key that particular song is in. So if the song is in D, right? If it's in D, we're going to go there. We're going to find that D. Okay? So we know the D is what? Is the 1. The D is the root or the 1. Okay? That's the first note in the particular song. So a lot of times you'll hear the music director or someone will say, okay, we're going to do What a Fellowship in the key of D. You want to be able to find that D without having to go. You want to be able to know that by studying this here and knowing which note each of these are on the fretboard. You'll be able to say, okay, it's in D. Right. And I'm there. I'm there. See, that's the root. And we are there. Okay? That's one crucial thing to know when playing gospel music. Actually, any music is knowing where that root is, because that's just like your home. Okay? You need to know how to get home, right? So in music, the 1 is the home. That's where we go. Everything goes right back. That's the 1. That's the root. So when you hear that term, the root or the 1, then you know they're talking about the main note or the home base of where that song is going to be played. Everything will be worked around that 1, okay? Okay? Now, something else that I want to touch on, and I get this question a lot, and I'm going to review. I did it in another video, I think a YouTube video, but I cannot stress how important it is to know the number system. Musicians don't call out chords anymore. They rarely ever hear a musician calling out different chords. Maybe in a rehearsal, when it's pretty quiet or something like that, they may call out the chord. But for the most part, when you're in a setting and you're playing gospel music or you playing at church or wherever, they're going to talk about the number system. So we already know that the 1 is the root because we just went over that. Okay? So let's work out of, let me ask this question. For all you beginner guitar players, I don't want your advanced guitar players to answer this. I want the beginners, and I want everybody to be honest with me because we don't judge here. We support each other. So I'm going to ask this question, and I want you to let me know how many people on here right now understand the number system. How many people on here right now understand the number system and what it is and how it works? If you don't be ashamed. Please do not be ashamed, because this is important for you to know this, because this is what everybody's using right now. Okay, is the number system when they talk about the numbers. Anyone else? I know Warren said he does. Come on, anybody else? Please don't be shy. A little bit, Herbie. Thank you for being honest with me, Herbie. Partly, Eric is part. Okay. Come on, anybody else? Nobody's judging. You understand the number system. Good. Kyle, you understand. You play for a church a little bit. Okay. Raphael, a little bit. Terry, yes. Okay. You know what? There's always one in a bunch. Let me find the block button for this one Sonya person. Let's talk about the number system. The number system, there's 2 things that you need to know when it comes to number system. You need to understand, thank you, Alfreda. Lady J is cracking up because she knows. There's 2 things, Mike, don't encourage them, okay? Those are my YouTube trolls, okay? Listen, it's 2 things that's really important when it comes to knowing the number system. One thing that you need to know is the major scale. You have to know the major scale. And the second thing is you have to know the major scale. The 2 things is knowing the major scale and knowing the major scale, okay? Check it out. So if we're going to work out of the key of C, we're going to work out a key of C, okay? So the major scale in the key of C is C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and C. Okay? Do it again. Okay, Herbie, I'm going to test you, so stay with me. And those who don't know the number system, I'm going to test you, so make sure you follow me, okay? Here we go. Here we go. We were doing fine a minute ago, y'all. We were doing just fine. Hang on a second. Let me do this. My mouse pad looked like it wanted to. Okay. Hang on. Stay with me. Because I think my mouse don't want to cooperate with me right now. So let me do this. Because somebody asked for up close. My mouse is just not cooperating. Something just happened. What happened to my mouse? My mouse went out. There we go. Operator error. There we go. Operator error. There we go. All right. The major scale. Okay? Here we go. In key of C. C, that's the 3rd fret. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and C. Okay? C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and C. Now, each of those notes have a number that's associated with them, okay? Each one of those notes have a number that's tied to them, okay? Of course, the root is the 1. That's C. And it's funny because they go in order. 1, D is 2, E is 3, F is 4, G is 5, A is 6, B is 7, and back to C, okay? Okay, there we go. We have 1, 2, 3. Freddie, good to see you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1. That's your number system. Those are tied to each of the notes. 1, 2, this is the major scale, okay? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and back to the 1, okay? So that is, you got it, Kwame. That's good. Herbie, did you get that? Where's Herbie? And who else? Going back. Raphael, do you have that? Eric, do you have it? For those, I want to see a yes. Jonathan, you got it. Got it. Good, Herbie. Got it. Good, Raphael. Good. All right, who else was it? There was somebody else. I think it was Eric. Eric, good. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, now let's do this. Now, for those who say they have it, nobody else, that means not you, Sonia, not you, Lady J, not you, Mike, not you, Warren, not any of the ones that said that they have it. Okay? Tell me where the 3 is. What note is the 3? I don't want anybody other than the ones that said they didn't understand it to answer. What note is the 3? What note is the 3? Which note? Which note is the 3? Michael. There you go. Now, I please, I get Herbie. Thank you. Please, no, I really want. This is important. This is no. I like joking and stuff, but this is really important that we don't hinder the ones who don't know. So, if you already know the number system, please don't answer these questions. I want to make sure that the people who do not understand the number system is really getting this stuff, because they need to know this. Just like when I'm teaching other things and you want me to show the fretboard and share different views and break it down to you. It's as important to them as it is you. So please, let's respect that, okay? All right. So the 3 is E. So let me ask this question. In the key of C, okay? And I'm going to go over this again. I'm going to go over these notes again. 1 is C. Listen and pay close attention. If you need to write it down, please write it down, all right? 1 is C. 2 is D. 3 is E. 4 is F. 5 is G. 6 is A. 7 is B. And then the 1 is C all over again. Okay, Jonathan, we're going to get into that. Stay with me, please. Okay? Let's do it again. I'm going to give these notes again. Here we go. Number system. We are focusing right now on the number system. All right? The 1 is C. 2 is D. 3 is E. 4 is F. 5 is G. 6 is A. 7 is B. And then back to the 1. Okay, question. In the key of C, what are the notes in a 2-5-1 progression? In the key of C, what are the notes in a 2-5-1 progression? Raphael, Herbie, Eric, and those who did not understand the number system. Now, I'm looking for someone to tell me what is the notes in the 2-5-1 progression. All right. I'm waiting. No rush. We're going to take our time today. And really make sure that we have this. The 2-5-1. Raphael. 2-5-1. Anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody else? Anyone else? Anyone else? If you don't get it, let me know, and I'm going to go back again and I'm going to go over it because it's important to me that you know this. Anyone else? Anyone don't understand that? Is there anyone that does not understand that? Daniel, what is it that you're missing? What is it that you're missing? Okay? What is it that you're missing, Daniel? Tell me, where are you being lost at? Okay? So everybody so far says the D, G, and C is the 2-5-1. 2-5-1. Why is this important? Because in gospel music, they don't call out chords like they used to way back in the day. They call out numbers. And in order to know how to find those numbers, you need to know the number system. So we're going to cover the number system. We went over the major scale. We went over the fretboard, knowing your notes, what the root note is. Now we are doing we're doing the number system. Kwame, you said E. What does the E mean? What do you mean the E? Okay. I was waiting on Daniel to see what he was trying to, had the question marks. All right, I have another question. This question is not for anybody other than Raphael. What is the 2 of A? No one else answer but Raphael. No one answers but Raphael. What is the 2 of A? What's the 2 of A? No one but Raphael. The 2 of A. Nobody answers other than Raphael. Thank you, Israel. That's it. Very good. Very, very good. Very good. Okay. Herbie, what is the 2 of G? Herbie, just Herbie Hill. That's all who I want to answer. No one else, please answer. Herbie, what's the 2 of G? What's the 2? What's the 2? Herbie, I just want Herbie to answer this question, please. I want the 2 of G. The 2 of G. Give me the 2 of G, Herbie. There we go. Very good. Very good. Who else was it that I was going to ask? Eric, are you still on here? Eric Foreman. If you want here, just say yes. Type in yes, please. Eric Foreman, are you still on here? Eric Foreman, are you still with me? Let me know. Okay. While I wait on Eric, let's talk about this number system and what chords are associated with each number, okay? So we know we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1, right? So each one of these numbers is associated with a note, right? But they also associated with a chord, okay? They are also associated with a chord. All right, let's go over that in the key of C. 1 would be C, of course, which is the root. 1 is major. Okay, the 2 would be minor. So that would be a D minor. Okay, let me do this. Okay, 1 is C major. The 2 is D minor. The 3 is E minor. 4 is major, is F major. 5 is G major. 6 is A minor. The 7 is B diminished. And then back to the 1. Okay? So we have major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished, and back to your 1. Okay? 1 is major, C major. 2 is D minor. 3 is E minor. 4 is F major. 5 is G major. 6 is A minor. 7 is B diminished. And then back to your 1 is the C. Okay? So when you hear them call these notes out, and they say 2, 5, 1 in the key of C, you know you can play the D minor, the G major, and then the C major. That's the 2, 5, 1. Okay? Let's do it again. Why? Because the 2 is minor, the 5 is major, and then the 1 is major. Okay? Is this always Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Because the song could be written differently where these chords are actually major instead of minor. So if they go from 1 to the 2, they could make it like a major, okay? Like that, or something like that, because that's the way they want the song to move. But for the most part, when you hear them say the 2, 3, and 6 is minor, the 1, 4, and 5 is major, and the 7 is diminished. I've heard people say that the 7 is different things. It really depends. The 3 of C. Ah, okay. 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 It's okay. It's okay. Thank you for chiming in. Thank you so much for chiming in. Okay, so now we know the chords associated with the number system. We know the number system 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1. We know the chords associated. We know the major scale. Okay. We know how to find the root note by going up and down the fretboard. Okay. Someone mentioned about triads. What is a triad? And we went over triads and maybe a week ago. Well, actually, the past 2 weeks. Triads is really important in playing gospel music. I use triads all the time when I play. I am a triad lover, a lover of triads. I play them all the time. I love take away triads, you take away my guitar playing. Triad is a chord, basically a chord made up of 3 notes, okay? And it's all based off of the major scale. The major scale is the nucleus of all music. That's right, Raphael, 3 notes. A major triad, because we know the numbers now, because we know the numbers, we know the major triad. If I said the 1, 3, and 5, you know to find the 1st degree, the 3rd degree, and the 5th degree of the major scale, and you would be able to play a major triad. 1, 3, and 5 makes up a major triad. For example, the C. 1, 3, and 5. Let me change my view before someone asks me to. Okay? So, the major triad, 1, 3, and 5. Okay? 1, 3, and 5. If you want to look at it that way, or 1, 3, and 5. Play those notes together. You have a major triad. Major triad. See that? That's a major triad. That's 3 notes using the 1st, 3rd, and 5th degree of the major scale. Already you are ready to play in church. Because knowing that will take you a long way. Now, the other thing that you need to know when playing gospel music, the most used chords is the major, the minor, and diminished chords, okay? Major, write it down, major, minor, and diminished. Major, minor, and diminished chords, okay, are the most used chords that you'll hear played in gospel music, okay? All right, how do we do the major chord? How do we do a major triad? What makes up a major? What's the formula for the major triad? The 1, 3, and 5th degree, 1, 1st, 3rd, and 5th degree of the major scale. Okay? We did an example. 1, 3, and 5. Right? Now, what makes up the minor? The 1, flat 3, and 5 makes up the minor. 1. Now, when I say flat 3, flat means going down. So instead of playing the E, we play E flat or D sharp and the 5. Let me change the view. That's the minor. Major is 1, 3, and 5. The minor is 1, flat 3, and 5. Okay, so we have major, minor, major, minor. There you go. So we have major, okay, now the major scale is 1, 3, 5. Okay, the minor scale is 1, flat 3, and 5. Now, let's talk about the diminish. What makes up the diminished chord? And we hear that all the time. Diminish. Okay? So what makes up that diminished chord? The 1, flat 3 again, and what else? The flat 5 makes up the diminished chord. 1, flat 3, flat 5. So because the 5 on the major chord would be the G, but because we're flattening it, it's the F sharp, okay? Or G flat, F sharp or G flat. So we have 1, E flat, and F sharp. So if I was to play it like this, see that? Major, minor, diminish. So we have the major, 1, 3, 5. We have the minor, 1, flat 3, and 5. Okay? Then we have the diminished, 1, flat 3, and flat 5. And you hear those move. We hear those move. Those diminished are taking you somewhere. So now we have the major, minor, and diminished chords. So if I wanted to play real popular song, and I'm going to play it in C. Yeah, I played in C. And I think it was one of the biggest gospel songs that was ever written anywhere. And that's "Oh Happy Day." And it's a really simple, real simple song. So we'll start out with the C major. Then 1, 4. 1 to the 4. So that's C, F, again. Then we have 2, 5, 2. That's that minor. That's that D minor. 5 is G. The 2, the D minor, G major, and then the C. See, here we go again. 1, 4, and I'm calling numbers. 1, 2, 5, 2, 2 again, then back to the 1 and 4. And let me do a close-up on it, okay? All right, here we go. This is the C major triad. This is the F major triad. I could do that there. Okay. 2, 5, 2, 5, 2, back to the 1, 4, 1, the root, 4. Again, do it again. 1, 2, 5, 2. And I'm going to play it in this position because maybe you're not familiar with me playing the bar chord minor, because that's the D minor. Okay, so I'll play it up here. 1, 4. Well, let's do it like that. Again. 1, 4, 2, 5, 2. Again, 2, 5, 1 and 4. So what I did was, instead of playing, because I like to play economically, okay? So a lot of times I don't want to go, I'll play it right where my hands are. Because the 4 is right here. That's the F. 1, 4, 2, 5, 2, 5. Again, 2, 5, 1 and 4. 1 and 4. Then it goes, yeah, that's different. It kind of goes out a little further. But do you understand? Do you see what I'm talking about when we talk about these numbers and how everything is related to the major scale, and how knowing the major, the minor, diminished chords will open up where you can play different songs? Let me see. See, that's Amazing Grace. That's the E. 4. 1. Then it's a 3. Now this is an example where the 3 is major. Okay. I told you everything is not absolute. So like when playing Amazing Grace, if you notice that 3 is major instead of minor. So I'll do it again. Let me change the view. Hang on, y'all. Okay. Okay. I use that 6, 4. First that's the 4. Okay. Then the 3, 6. See that 2 is major. 5. See? So it's not always where the numbers are absolute, because sometimes it will change. Okay? Anthony, I'm glad you made it. Good to see you on here. Good to see you on here. All right, we have a few more minutes. I'm going to ask a couple of questions. How many people we got on here? We have 35 people on. Okay. Let's do this. How many people have their guitars with them right now? Let me raise your hand or say yes, I got it. If you have your guitar with you and you're able to play something, I'm going to give you the numbers and you're going to give me the song. Okay? I'm going to give you the numbers, and you give me the song. Hey, Jeff, good to see you, man. I'm going to give you the numbers, and you give me the song. Yes, Sonia has her guitars. You are always ready. All right, who else? Anyone else have their... Jay, you have yours? You got yours? Chris, good. Herbie, washing hands. All right, Terry. All right, Jonathan. All right, who else? Who else is on here that have their guitar? Because I'm going to give the numbers, and you're going to give me the song. Okay? Raphael, you got it. Okay? Okay? Let me know when you're ready. Marvin. You guys are hilarious. Okay. Let's do this one. In a key of C. 1. I'll put the numbers here. Okay. 1, 6, 5, 4. Okay? One, 6, 5, 4. Tell me what songs you come up with. We're going to run over a little bit today. Because I want to see where we... Don't you answer, Lady J. All right, 1, 6, 5, 4. Come on, Heavenly Choir. Ain't no 6. Ain't no 6 in Heavenly Choir, Marvin. Come on. How great thou God. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. It's a good one, though. Because that's 4, then the 5. Okay. All right, somebody give me one. It's after 7. It's after 7. Are we gonna have to come back with this? Is this gonna have to be a part 2? Is this gonna have to be a part 2? Is this gonna be a homework assignment for next week? I think we may have to do this. Okay, that's what we'll do. That's what we'll do. For your homework, and this is for everybody, people who are catching this later, and please don't forget to like this. The more you like, the more YouTube absolutely likes to send people our way. So please like and comment. I'm gonna answer your comments. Absolutely. Yeah, we're gonna do part 2. We're gonna do part 2 for next week. Next week, I want you to come up with. I want you to come up, Terry. Come on, we're gonna have you work on it. For next week, the homework assignment for next week is to come up with songs that have the 1, 6, 5, 4. 1, 6, 5, 4 progression. Okay, that's the homework. Don't send it to me during the week. Don't send me emails. You know, look at Chris. Chris going way back to Prince. All right, let's do. And actually, as Purple Rain is 1, 6. See. Yeah, that is Purple Rain too. But listen, come up with some gospel songs with the 1, 6, 5, 4 progression. So that's your homework. For those who are just learning the number system, listen, you guys did great. I am so excited that you're getting this. Don't forget it. Practice this stuff. Don't just get it today and leave it until next week. Study this stuff. It's important that you study this stuff, because what happens is it becomes part of your mindset, your muscle memory, and it becomes natural. So please, let's review. I'm going to review. Okay? Finding your strings. E, B, G, D, A, and E. Those are your strings. Those are the name of your strings, okay? Starting from the open E and going down to the 12th fret, we have E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp or A flat, A sharp or B flat, B, C, C sharp, D, D sharp or E flat, and E, okay? That's good, Herbie. I'm happy to hear that. All right, the major scale, okay, in the key of C is C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and C. Let me change the view so you guys can have it, okay? Do it again. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, okay? And that's the major scale. The major triad is the 1, 3, and 5th degree. Hey, how you doing? God bless you. That's okay. The major triad is the first, third, and fifth degree of the major scale. The minor triad is the first, flat 3, and fifth degree of the major scale. Okay? Now, the diminished is the first, flat 3, and flat 5 degree of the major scale. Then we have, okay? So we have major, minor, and diminished. Okay? So we have the major, minor, and diminished triads, and they're all based off of the major scale. Listen, I'm so proud and so happy that you guys have shared this time with me. I really hope that you're getting something from this, beginner guitar players. And we also went over Old Happy Days. You can go back and kind of catch this stuff. If you're just coming on, go back and check out. That's good, Herbie. That's important. Go back and check it out. We went over Old Happy Day, which is a phenomenal song, but really simple song when you're knowing the numbers. 1, 4, 1, 4, 2, 5, 2, 5. Boom, and you got it. Old Happy Day. Thank you so much, GF Guitars SS. I hear you. Thank you so much, Huntsville, Texas. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you guys for viewing. Thanks for hanging out. This has been fun. For those who are interested in more information about what I do, please go to my website at kevinwilsonguitar.com. kevinwilsonguitar.com. For those who are interested in private lessons, I have 2 available positions that's open, but you have to qualify. Okay, there is a qualifying factor in this. Thank you, Raphael. When asking for private lessons, you have to qualify. So I just want to make that clear, because most people think, okay, I'm just going to say, okay, I want to play, get private lessons. No, you got to qualify for them, okay? Because it's really, 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 really important that you understand what the process is. And it's not, it's not easy, because we have to make sure that you know that you're committed to doing this, okay? It's important to you. It's important to me. Both our times is very valuable. But if you're interested in taking private lessons, I'm taking 2 more students. Email me at info@kevinwilsonguitar.com, and the subject matter put in private lessons. info@kevinwilsonguitar.com. 2 more students. 1 is taken, and I'm looking for 2 more students that I'm going to accept. You having money is one thing, that's good, but it's not just the money that's involved. It's a commitment, me knowing that you're serious about this and you're willing to put in the work, just like Sonia, Romarcus, Lady J, and some of the other ones who are studying with me. They have invested in the time, they invested their finances, and they're doing the work, and it's really producing. I'm really happy with those guys, but I want them to know it's getting ready to get harder now. So get ready. Anyway, it's 10 minutes after the hour. Today is October the 3rd. It's been a beautiful Monday. God bless you. God bless you. I see you, Greg Davis. You know what? The great thing about YouTube, you can rewind. You can come back and watch it later. So you're good. You didn't miss it. You just go back and watch it, okay? Until next time, we are out of here.